Nearly 20,000 immigrant truck drivers are suing the California DMV over canceled commercial driver's licenses, claiming they have been deprived of their rights and livelihood.
America, ICE just pulled over 100 illegal truck drivers off California highways, people who shouldn't even be in our country, let alone be behind the wheel of a massive commercial vehicle. But here's the part that's probably going to make you a little upset. California knowingly gave these people commercial driver's license, even though they couldn't read English road signs. And it gets worse. This scam has already killed 8 Americans in fatal crashes across multiple states. While Democrats were busy calling ICE Nazis, these agents just saved countless lives by stopping drivers who had no business operating 18-wheelers on American roads.
I think good government would be governors that say, I'm going to keep my road safe, I'm going to keep my people safe. But you see time and time again, you have liberal governors who are on the side of the illegal as opposed to their citizen.
What is up, guys? Tyson DeLaCruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This is what sanctuary policies look like. Dead Americans on highways because Democrats care more about protecting illegal immigrants than protecting our family's safety. Let's break down what just went down. ICE, Homeland Security, and Border Patrol launched what they're calling Operation Highway Sentinel, targeting illegal alien commercial truck drivers. And they didn't just hit California. They conducted similar operations in Indiana, New York, and Oklahoma, resulting in hundreds of arrests.
So many states like California, it's illegal for police to even ask a driver about their immigration status, including those in commercial trucking, which is why the administration is now cracking down.
The goal here was simple: address deadly crashes linked to illegal commercial truckers. Because this isn't theoretical, you guys. This isn't about paperwork violations. Real Americans are dead because California handed out commercial driver's license like candy to people who couldn't even read the signs telling them where to go.
My name is Jeff.
ICE ramped up this crackdown following a series of deadly crashes that took lives across several states, and the drivers arrested came from nearly a dozen countries. We're talking about Mexico, Colombia, Russia, Ukraine, Nicaragua, Republic of Georgia, Venezuela, El Salvador, and Honduras. Think about that for a second. We've got people from 11 different countries, many who don't speak English, driving commercial vehicles on American highways because California decided immigration enforcement was too racist. Now, let me tell you about the Americans who died because of California's reckless policies. These aren't just statistics. These are real people with families who will never, ever see them again. We remember Harjinger Singh, licensed by, obviously, California.
Sim Salabim.
Allegedly, and I'm not going to say allegedly here, but for the YouTube purposes, I have to, killed 3 people while trying to make an illegal U-turn with an 18-wheeler in Florida. 3 people dead because California gave a commercial license to somebody who entered our country illegally in 2018. Let me ask you guys something. How do you make an illegal U-turn with a semi-truck and don't realize you're doing something catastrophically dangerous? You know how? Because you can't read road signs, because you don't understand basic traffic laws, because you never should have been given that license in the first place.
Thank you. Come again.
These are 80,000-pound vehicles that can be incredibly dangerous when things go wrong.
And things go wrong a lot when you hand out driver's license to people who can't even speak English, can't even read a road sign, or don't even understand American traffic laws. Now, here's where this story goes from tragic to criminal. California didn't accidentally give these licenses out. They did it deliberately, knowing full well these people were here illegally and couldn't meet federal requirements.
Federal authorities saying the sweep was launched following multiple fatal crashes across several states involving illegal alien truckers licensed in California.
Federal law has clear requirements for commercial driver's license, including, get this, English proficiency. But California decided federal law doesn't apply to them because they're a sanctuary state. They issued thousands of CDLs to illegal immigrants, many of whom literally, guys, cannot read English. Border Patrol agents in El Centro arrested 49 illegal immigrant commercial drivers. California issued 31 of those licenses. Let me rewind that back. California issued 31 of those licenses. But it wasn't just California. We're talking about Florida, Illinois, New York. We're handing out CDLs to people who were here illegally.
New York, where Secretary Duffy says 53% of the state's CDLs went to illegal immigrants.
More than half. That, my friends, is not a mistake. That is not an oversight. That's a deliberate policy to put unqualified drivers on our roads. The Trump administration saw what was happening here and actually took some action. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced new rules focusing on English language proficiency requirements. And when states refused to comply, he started withholding all the money.
California was the first state to have federal funding withheld for noncompliance, over $40 million, but multiple other states have failed to cooperate as well, including Illinois, Washington, New York, Pennsylvania, and Minnesota.
These Democrat-run states would rather lose federal highway funding than stop giving licenses to illegal immigrants.
I guarantee you that the federal taxpayer is not going to fund their roads and bridges and their systems when they're putting illegals on the roads and endangering the lives of the American people.
And you know what California did? They sued the federal government for trying to enforce safety standards. Think about that. California is going to court to defend their right to give commercial driver's license to people who can't even read English. This, my friends, is where we're at in 2025.
Colorado, a state Duffy is now threatening to withhold $24 million from after a federal audit found roughly 22% of CDLs given to immigrants were done so illegally.
Colorado governor claims it was just crossed wires, whatever that means, and they're conducting a final review. Crossed wires, I have no idea what that means. 22% of your commercial licenses were issued illegally, and you're calling it crossed wires. That's not crossed wires. That's deliberate policy to ignore federal law.
This administration is sending out ICE, Border Patrol, Homeland Security to checkpoints and shipping ports looking for illegal immigrants issued CDLs, commercial licenses.
California has already revoked about 17,000 CDLs, with more under review after Duffy threatened to withhold millions in highway funding. 17,000 illegal licenses, and that's just what they admitted to so far. Now let me show you how the Democrats are defending this insanity. Our good friend, our amazing hair gel, slick back friend, California Governor Gavin Newsom's office and state DMVs have countered Duffy's accusations with some truly ridiculous arguments,
including that California CDL holders have a fatal crash rate lower than the national average, and that the federal government, not the state, determines CDL eligibility.
Let me translate that for you. Sure, we gave licenses to people here illegally who can't read English, but our crash rate isn't that bad. That's the typical Democrat defense. Blame the federal government for having safety standards while you deliberately violate them. America, 8+ people are dead because Democrats decide immigration enforcement was more important than highway safety. 8+ families destroyed because California, New York, and other blue states handed out commercial licenses to people who had no business operating commercial vehicles. And here's what really exposes the lie. When Trump's DOJ started investigating, these states suddenly found thousands of illegal issued licenses. They knew this all along. They just didn't care until federal funding was on the line. This is what sanctuary policies actually look like in practice. Not compassion, not helping vulnerable people. Dead Americans on highways because Democrats prioritize illegal immigrants over citizen safety every single time. The Trump administration is cleaning up the mess one state at a time. Watch how many more illegal CDLs get revoked as federal audits continue. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.